I'm Zach Dresch.
I'm Ryan Howell.
And you're listening to
The Dresch Code.
Welcome. This is our 8th episode, I believe, if I'm correct.
Today?
Yep.
8th episode, yes. Today. Oh, it's been a long day. Oh, it's been a long day. I haven't slept, and I've just been drinking pipeline punch after pipeline punch. I'm ready to drink, and I'm ready to roll.
Is pipeline punch like cheap Hawaiian punch?
But Monster Energy.
You have been drinking it.
Yeah, well, I add Drew to every word. So, like, Star Wars Drews is my favorite movie. So, that was a dumb joke. So, before we get started with the topics in the jar bucket or jucket, which is not a derogatory term we checked, I'm going to introduce our round table of guests this evening. We got Can and Thody from Green Altar. How are you guys this evening?
Drunk.
Okay. Honest. Yeah. And then host of Urban Indians in this very studio, the Real Night Shield. How are you, good sir?
I'm doing well.
Chair.
Yeah, you do the same spot. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Consistency. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Exactly.
It's like 4 hosts in this room.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So so how this show works is Ryan and I will pull up topics or price decline 3x3s from Hy-Vee in this very jar. We'll read them off, and we decide pass or fail. So pass, we will talk about the topic. Fail, we won't.
Deal.
So, and the fail ones we usually discard and save for another episode. So let's get.
I have to say too, I wrote the obvious question.
Yeah.
So
Your question about how did Steven Tyler get famous, or we did that one the last episode.
Turn into a deep dive.
Dive deep in that one. Like, yeah.
That's a solid question.
yeah, how the fuck did his goddamn?
I have no idea.
crow? He's like a fucking. It's like a giant crow. It looks like a soccer mom.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean?
no,
it's like a bird version of a soccer mom that can. Matt Pike from High on Fire calls his fucking off button on his stereo the Aerosmith button.
So should we dive into the first topic?
Well, Zach, do you want to mix it up? Have you take the first one?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. All right. First question or topic. Okay, this one we've done. This one's more of a.
I thought I got rid of that.
I thought we got rid of this one too. Music therapy for Alzheimer's, depression, and anxiety, and other debilitating issues. There is awesome research out there. That's just a comment. So we
It's a stupid
failed that
question.
one. Failed that
Fail.
one.
Yeah,
Just
fail.
burn.
It's more of a statement. Is there
Is
a
there
question?
Yeah.
is there a garbage
That
It
was-
should
area?
really feel that way.
That's for file 13
That's
right
good,
there.
yeah.
He's like, what about this?
For Andy Swan. Why?
What?
I will be answering this question for Andrew Swan. Oh yeah, read it.
Yeah. Why is it live or live?
Well, live.
Why is live such a good band?
There's so many reasons.
I
Like
mean, the Dolphins, they cry.
Yeah. I think we covered that one right there.
The way you're bathing light reminds me of the night.
Oh, dude, that just sounds
You
really.
know way more of the lyrics.
I did download
I
should not
the
know.
other day here. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's cool to say here or not, but I did.
Those lyrics to that song just sound like a creepy uncle creeping into a room.
Yeah.
That's good.
Should we?
It's a good point of view to take.
Talk further about that, or is that good?
I mean, I
don't
feel
really
like.
know what
Or
else
should we
to
save that one for Swan?
Yeah, you know what? Roll that one back.
I'll save
Yeah.
that for Swan.
But can we not talk about live anymore?
Yeah. All right. Who indeed did let the dogs out? God damn.
Okay.
Wow.
Great start. Great. Pass or fail?
I know.
Fail.
Fail that
This is a
one.
record.
Funny
for-
story about that song though. Me and Ben Hillison, it's his birthday today. We were drinking with him since
Happy
3,
birthday.
so we're having a good day. Happy birthday, Ben.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Actually, fuck you, Ben. I hope you die in a house fire. We got into an argument at the bar, and we were drunk, and nobody was allowed to use their phones, and we were like, without listening to Who Let the Dogs Out, how many Who's are in the song? And we all bet on it.
It's a solid bet.
Seven.
It's
Seven.
been one. It's 7.
Seven?
I think it's 7.
Who?
No, it's 5.
Five,
Who?
yeah.
Who? Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, 5.
Did you know that song is really about ugly girls? Yeah,
Really?
It's not really that like hard of a
We
metaphor.
failed
to
the
figure out.
topic, and yet we're doing a deep dive on it.
I guess we did pass.
I guess
Yeah.
we did that.
Yeah, we accept it.
Dang it.
Yeah.
By acclamation.
I sadly owned that CD when it came out.
I still
20
own
years
it.
ago.
But
Yeah.
the Baja Men?
I tried selling it to
Was there-
laptop. They're like, come on, you kidding me?
Jock Jams Volume 19.
You just say jock jams?
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah, that's a Jock Jam if there ever was one.
It was just Queen and more Queen. That was all John
That's
Jams was.
fine with me.
I
Queen
love
is fucking
Queen.
amazing.
It also had the Bulls entrance music.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
come on, like,
Yeah.
That was legit, though.
that was legit.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even
We all stood in the driveway.
there was
Now.
there was a open mic night where Adam Wilka insisted, because he was hosting the show, he insisted that we get the fog machine set up, and he walks in with the Bulls theme playing, and it worked.
It works every time. The Bulls theme song.
I might have to do that at my next fucking show.
Yeah.
Do it.
You might have to do that.
Everybody just start doing it.
Do it. He just
I
started
promise
doing
you
it.
will fucking do it.
All right, okay.
He's like, Zach, get a clap going. Get a
Dude, if we got somebody to come in and be like, and on guitar. From the darkest reaches of...
We ended up talking way more about Baja Men than I thought.
Next question.
I think I'm a fan now.
That's not true.
Most
That's not true.
pretentious music magazine or website.
Oh,
I'll talk
God.
about this.
Yeah,
I'll talk
yeah,
about this.
there's a lot
Cool.
of topic on this one.
Pitchfork.
Well, it has to be Pitchfork.
Yeah.
The funny thing about being in doom metal and listening to Pitchfork is they exposed me to a bunch of it.
Yeah.
And then you read what they wrote, and I'm so offended by it at the same time of being in a doom metal band.
Yeah.
It's like, these guys are the best. It's like, you just started listening to this music.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yet they've got they're considered just where to go to figure out what to get, and they really don't have a great opinion on a lot of things.
Yeah. Unless you actually do the research before the review, then
Yeah.
I don't view your source as credible. That's how I view it. Yeah.
And sometimes they have a good writer that'll write a couple reviews where you're like, this is actually really clever how they wrote this, but most of the time it's like, you know about your childhood?
Yeah.
Well, it was terrible, and let me explain how this band is better than your childhood. What?
For me, I'd have more respect for junior high writing level. Someone saying, I don't really know a lot about doom metal, but I like this band. If they actually are more honest about their approach, I would actually like the review a little more.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's how I feel about Vice. Like, Vice is like finding out your dad listens to the music. Like, when, if they positively review something you listen to, you're like, fuck. Fucked up somewhere. Like, I knew Death Heaven was lame. I knew it was lame.
fell for it.
God
again.
damn it. They Mike-heard me all over again. Yeah, she looks like a witch, but God, I knew it sucked. I knew it sucked.
You have other contenders for it. I do think Pitchfork wins, but Rolling Stone's pretty ridiculous
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Dude, they printed an article called about the artists that have slept with the most women, which I actually bring up a lot in conversation. But,
I kind of want to read that list, actually.
I know, but it's still bullshit journalism. That's the laziest. What are you gonna do?
How do they fact check
Your
that?
article. Yeah, you don't. You don't. You just look on the internet.
Yeah.
Fucking.
How many did you sleep with? That's a big number. I'll go with that.
They probably did. Well, Lemmy was at the top of the list, and they just called him, and they're like, "Yeah, man, you're crazy ugly." I believe any word you say because you're a god, technically.
Gene Simmons, 12th place? What?
Yeah.
Who's 2 through 11? What's
If you ask Gene Simmons, he probably slept with more women than have existed.
Yeah, probably.
But he wants to pay. You have to pay to get the number.
Yeah, he's such a piece of garbage. I wish he would walk around in his Kiss makeup all the time. It'd make him more redeemable as a person.
You know who does the best Gene Simmons impression? Fred Armisen. He gets so pervy with it. He goes, "You're half tiger, half villain, and half horse penis." He gets so pervy with it. He goes, I've slept through many hotels throughout this great country, and you know what? The ladies beg for more.
I see that. I feel like he says that shit. Yeah.
How could he be half horse penis? Like, that's half your
Have you
body.
seen Gene Simmons?
Yeah, but I mean, like...
But the skit in context was they're at the biggest douchebag awards, and the 3 judges were Gene Simmons, Sharon Osbourne, and the last year's douchebag winner. I can't remember his name, but it was like a one name, like Doofy or something. It was like Andy Samberg playing Brad. He like wore like a winter cap and like.
Oh god, I saw somebody 4 or 5 days ago, super hot out. And oh god, I just wanted to throw something at him. He had a fucking stocking cap on, and he was like easily 90 degrees. And I just don't understand it. I want them. I like one of these days. I'm just gonna like throw my car in the park and just shake one of them and be like, "Tell me, what am I missing? What secret do you have to not getting hot?
What is your code?
Are you not an alcoholic? Do I have to quit drinking?"
Oh.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Thoughts on stage banter?
Oh man. I will
I'll
pass
talk
this.
about it. I'll talk about it. Yeah,
Let's do it.
I like it. Depends on how it's done.
It doesn't always go over.
It doesn't go over well. For my band, it's rough. Like,
Oh, you can. It can be such a savior, and it can be so bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in a different band where our lead singer was told not to swear before the show.
Oh, then you gotta swear.
Oh, was told this is a family-friendly event, and he right before we're going on stage, he's like, "I'm swearing, I don't care. There's no kids here." And like the first thing we do after we get on stage, there's 4 kids in the front. So he's like, "Okay, let's do this. Like this is gonna go great." We do like half our set, and then he starts talking, and every other word is fuck. Every other word. He goes on for about 10 minutes while we change tunings. It's just like, dude, you sound like an idiot.
I did that, though. I did that. I did, like, a youth show. Like, swearing. I was like, oh, fuck, my bad.
Dude, the rest of my band recently told me to quit telling the crowd to go fuck themselves.
It was sound advice, though.
In hindsight.
That's the big show. I told everybody, No, I told everybody to go fuck. Or no, I told everybody. The band told me I couldn't go tell them to go fuck themselves. And I told them to go fuck themselves.
Me and Maniac, we used to do Dave Attell bits on stage.
Oh,
Like just talking shit to each other, like the whale cum bit, and like I don't know, we used to just do that, just talking shit to each other, like we were trying to be like on, off the cuff, but it was clearly David Attell.
Oh, dude! On Wednesday, I went to go see Zeke and Weed Eater, and like Zeke's this like I don't know, like meth punk, like. They don't stop playing. There's no breaks between songs, and they play for an hour straight, and it's all just like I wish we could pull some up. Just super speedy, crazy, like, and halfway through their set, like the guitarist and the bassist got into this argument, and I was like, "Is this a fucking bit? What the fuck is going on? This shit's hilarious." They're going back and forth, arguing, and he's like, it got to the end, and at the end of it, the guitarist was like, "Yeah, I'll kick him out of this fucking band right now. I did it once before in '96. Just fucking ask him. And then he looked over and he was like, "Yeah, he did kick me out because I was in jail." And I fucking almost spiked my beer. It was like this is like a 5-minute bit in the middle of a non-stop assault of sound, and they just did a bit for 5 minutes. Like,
my favorite is when the singer is also playing rhythm guitar and tuning at the same time, but trying to be the front man. It's like, how's everyone doing? Get up from the other bands.
It's a struggle, man. It's
Yeah.
a struggle.
Yeah, it can be. It's just one of those things that for me, I feel the need to acknowledge the awkwardness on stage. I just like to be so honest that it even ruins me. I
think some of the best stage banter I've ever seen is when it goes from bad to unbelievably awkward. They acknowledge it, and then just suddenly it's like, yeah, it's part of the shtick. Here's the next song.
Yeah.
dude, that's what I dig about all those black metal bands, because in the middle of their songs, they're just like they just say crazy shit. Like,
I think that's why they have titles that are like a paragraph.
yeah,
Like, in the coming hour of darkness when the Satan spawn says something,
Yeah.
and then, like, the other guy's like, yeah,
It's
this
awesome.
song is about horses.
Yeah. What? Well, no, yeah. But like, what was that? We went and saw Emphatic Scorn. Check Emphatic Scorn out. They're new. They've only played a few shows, but they're fucking awesome. But like, right before their last song, he's like, "We have one more song, and then we're gonna fuck off." And he was like, "I love you." Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, they were sweet. Black and roll.
Alright.
Just like straight up fucking rock and roll black metal.
Will Ferrell once played Neil Diamond and did VH1 Storytellers on SNL, and between songs, he's just like, this next song everyone knows I'm fueled creatively by my massive hatred of immigrants.
I believe that for some reason.
And then he
Neil
starts
Diamond
going,
had
"We're coming to America."
Will Ferrell is my favorite person in
Here's this next song. We were driving on tour, and me and Gary, we love to drive, and long story short, I hit a kid.
I've seen that one.
It's called Sweet Caroline.
My favorite is his Goulet doing hip hop songs of the day.
Yeah.
She had trunk. Dumps like a trunk. What? What? Let me see that dong. Goulet.
Yeah.
Papa.
When you call me big.
Oh, Will Ferrell. I love that guy.
When he showed up on Conan as Goulet doing an interview, that was the best.
That was
I've just been
fantastic.
driving a lot. Burbank. So Johnny, what's new?
Excuse me. I'm sorry if I'm just burping.
They're all good.
This one's called a Diablo Martini because it gives you a devil of a good time. Next one?
Next one.
Yeah, right.
Next song.
Next song.
Motorcycle helmet laws.
That's it. That's not even a
Oh, I don't
question.
care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit at all.
You should probably wear one, otherwise the governor will
I don't
kill
drive
you.
goddamn motorcycle.
That's
a club dig right there.
Don't worry, he killed himself.
I like how when he died, it took like 2 weeks before they came out with an article in the Argus like this guy raped a bunch of people. Like they didn't even wait a little bit. That was like
a little
right
heavy.
after.
Yeah, that was definitely really
That guy
heavy.
sucks so hard.
I just know a lot about him partying himself for pretty much anything he
This
can get
dress
away with.
code, the dress code does not support our political values. But I'll go on record in saying I wish he had died sooner.
Wow.
Legit.
Yeah, dude, right? Racist piece of shit, dude.
I just wish he went to jail for killing a guy.
Yeah. Also, I wish he hadn't fucking made it like mandatory that you have to get treatment after the third time you get busted with weed. That's insane. And then he owns all the treatment centers, so it's like, yeah, man, we're gonna get these potheads. We're gonna make them pay $1,000 to not smoke pot for a week. And then you just smoke pot and you get out because nobody quits smoking pot. Are you insane?
Whack. Some people
Yeah, right,
do,
right.
John Michaels had a great bit in his stand-up set. When he used to live in town, he did this bit where I love how, because at the time it was like Christy Noman and Per Seth running against each other for their position. He goes, I think it's great that two females are running because back in my day we used to vote for whoever had the biggest tits, and that's why Bill Janklow won.
Oh, that's a solid.
That's a great joke.
I like that joke.
Joke.
But you should wear a helmet, really.
Yeah, you should. Helmet laws are important. That's actually why Green Altar's here. We're just here to endorse helmet laws.
That's the main reason
main
you're here
reason.
tonight.
Yeah, dude. Mostly beating Nazis to death with helmets. Like, if you're riding your bike and you see a Nazi on the street, just pull over and just beat him to death with your helmet.
That's why you need a helmet.
Yeah, right? That's why I carry one in my car. In case I see a Nazi, you just pull over fucking right in the skull.
Legit.
Yeah, sorry.
Next topic. Oh, it's a long one. What is your favorite movie of all time in general, and your favorite comedy? if they are both the same film, what are your top 2 favorite comedies?
That's like a whole podcast.
Too many steps. God.
Say, how about favorite movie or favorite comedy? One of the 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Talk about that.
Pass.
UHF.
Ooh, that's a solid choice.
yeah.
Conan the Librarian. Easily one of the best skits of all time in anything.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
Favorite comedy.
There you go, Anchorman for mine.
There you go.
Oh, that's a
yeah,
solid
one,
too.
solid choice.
Anchorman.
Couldn't get into the sequel though.
I was just watching it the other day.
It's
I
not
still
that
love
bad.
it. Yeah, it's great. It's
I'm
great.
down with him. You ever had Chicken of the Cave? It's not that bad.
Yeah. Fucking great. Yeah, there's so many stupid ass shit parts in it. It's great.
Oh, the scene where they tip the Winnebago because he doesn't understand what cruise control is.
Yeah.
There's like bowling balls and scorpions. Like, the stuff in the background is more interesting than half that movie. Just like, what is in this Winnebago? Why is... I didn't even... What?
They're smoking like crack on TV.
Yeah.
And shit.
It actually holds up pretty
It's
well.
great. I was
I'll have to revisit
legit
it.
like just watching it like 2 days ago.
I'll
It is.
revisit it,
It's
yeah.
by far not as good as the first one.
No.
Yeah.
No, but
But it's not bad.
still great.
It's
the
really not
RV
that
bit
bad.
is just
It's-
amazing with all the stuff flying around. It's just like, why even have those things?
Who drives around with a tank full of scorpions?
If we're doing absurd, I'd probably go with. I really like the movie How High a lot.
Yeah. I have not seen it in a long
What?
time.
Oh, you have seen it.
I think I have. It's been a long time.
Where they like grow their
That
friend
Method
into
Man?
some weed, and then they smoke the weed, and it
And
makes
they
them
get through
smarter.
it.
Because their ghost comes back and gives them the test to the ACTs, and they go to college at Harvard. You've never seen this movie?
No.
Oh, dude.
It's
and then they eventually, yeah.
Man, like it is.
And then they discover that this thing that Ben Franklin invented, nobody can figure out what it is. And I'm gonna ruin the movie for y'all if you haven't seen it. It's a
Spoilers.
bomb.
It's spoilers, yeah.
Well, it's Franklin, so I mean,
Yeah.
either that or some kind of French dildo thing.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
He was also into coffee. It could have been a French press.
Yeah.
Is dildo spelled DILDEAUX?
I don't know why that's funny, but I agree with it.
My favorite movie's Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars.
Is that your favorite comedy?
It's a great movie.
Oh, we're not talking just comedies?
Or
Favorite movie and favorite comedy.
But if it's a favorite comedy, it's got to be a Mel Brooks for me, and I often switch between The Producers and Young Frankenstein. Those are two,
sure.
like those two are probably like god tier movies for me.
Elevate me!
Yeah,
Right here?
right here.
One line in Young Frankenstein that no one quotes ever is when Gene goes, "Hey there, handsome!"
Yeah, I love that.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
I think my favorite would be Grand Budapest Hotel. Love
Oh.
Wes Anderson. I like that's just a beautiful movie. It's quirky.
My parents both taught him in high school at St. John's.
Really,
Yeah, dude. Just random.
that's an awesome fact.
You gonna sing the song that goes along with that? It's a small world after all.
As for
And we've just been super.
Yeah, dude, I think we're out of time.
I got through one. I gotta get through two. I
I
thought.
think Cody literally killed the whole
Fair
podcast.
use, right?
Yes, Disney is literally. There are 4 guys in black suits with like silenced weapons coming here. Because we didn't get Disney's permission.
Fucking ring wraiths are flying.
Yeah.
Wait, they don't own that one yet, do they? They don't own that one yet.
They
do
own
Darth
everything.
Maul is on his way.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
No, just the actor who played Darth Maul. Just, hey
He's
guys.
like, I got the implants. It
He's
was a
wearing his
waste.
cardigan.
I used to.
but it's just the lower
And
half
Darth
of Darth Maul.
Some really angry legs.
He's wearing some Dockers.
That might be my favorite like continuation of a story ever. Darth Maul was just too angry to die.
Say it's spider legs.
Yes.
That's actually literally the story, though.
So then he crafted spider legs. Like,
That's literally actually the story.
yeah.
That's legit. That's
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
Did
That's
you see
canon.
what they did to fucking Jar Jar Binks?
No.
That's crazy.
Oh,
They left him on a fucking. Everybody hates him so much. He's like marooned to this like slave planet where he just performs as an idiot in like this like.
Yeah. He's like a street urchin hobo performer.
Yeah.
And his only
Everyone
friend is like
pisses on.
a paraplegic kid or some shit. Like
Yeah.
some kid in a way.
It's
just
only
like
kids who
the
don't know
worst.
who he is are his friends.
Yeah.
And then like, even adults, even if they're orphans, are like, Get the hell away from him.
Fuck that guy!
Get away from him.
Did you see episode? Get the fuck that guy!
Did you see episode? I know this happened in life for us, but did you see episode 1?
Did you see it through that shit? 4 hours of pod racing. 4 hours of pod racing.
That would have been a better movie.
Yeah, I'd watch 4 hours.
Space NASCAR. Just
Yeah, that's it.
It still would have been a better movie.
Yeah,
I mean, at least it's, to be honest, at least it's not episode 2. Oh, you want a pair? I can't act. What the hell was that whole scene? Is just mind-bogglingly terrible. Oh, dude,
Guys, I hate sand.
it's everywhere.
No, dude.
Like crack and everything.
Oh no, the worst is that chase scene. Is it 3 with the where they do the like
The
they
bounty
just,
hunter? That's
yeah,
2. That's
2. Yeah, it's 2 where they totally just rip off Blade Runner terribly.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, and whenever he looks up, it's like, hey, like there's no, you're like you have no idea what he's gonna say. Like most actors, you're like, all right, I kind of see where this
they
line
show
might be
emotion.
going. When he looks up, it's like. This guy could just be like, I'm out of umbrellas. You know, and like, that's not applicable to our situation, but I would have had no way of knowing what you were going to say that, because
in their defense with those scenes, the way George Lucas was doing it, they were probably like, "No, this tennis ball is your friend. Yeah, this tennis ball is the sniper's bullet. And this tennis ball is I don't know, some kind of fucking lizard thing. Go with it. Act.
what was that
What's
last
my
word?
motivation? No. This is a lizard, and this is your friend. Have you seen Blade Runner?
have you seen the good parts of Blade Runner? We're just going to fuck that up.
Actually, to George Lucas's credit, he's not the best director, but he's a special effects pioneer. He was probably more like, okay, this is this, I'm going to go over here. Guys, this is so cool. Oh my god, this is so cool. Like, oh my god, this is so cool. This is so cool.
Yeah,
And the actors are like, what are we doing again? Just do the lines.
Hey, shut the fuck up!
Well, that, and I mean, it's George fucking Lucas making a Star Wars film, so he's just gonna be like, guys, have I gone too far? Is this over the top? No, Mr. Mr. Lucas, no, Mr. Lucas, no, Mr. You know, like 30 people sit around, no, Mr. Lucas, not at all, you're a genius.
Meanwhile, like, Jeff in the back's like, I think Jar Jar is kind of racist. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
You just hear glass shatter.
And another guy's like,
scream.
I know you did it to Jeff for the racist Jar Jar shit, but really, dude, those Japanese aliens are like super racist.
Oh, God, yeah. The Trade Federation, just like,
Yeah. Oh, dude, every scene there, and you're just like, they stopped making these caricatures 30 years ago.
I think George forgot.
Yeah. He was like,
Like, wait, it's not 1940 anymore?
yeah, at one point he was like, you know what would make this Barrett? Racist fucking Asian aliens.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they get the joke.
And
of
don't
Trade
forget the dirty
Federation.
Jew merchant alien.
Watto.
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, the best part is when an 8-year-old goes, "Are you an angel?" And you're like, "Well, I'm gonna marry you in a film." Who was that? That whole interaction is so awkward. So awkward.
Not to mention, they're just all those movies are just about.
Do you imagine
A
if
bunch
the
of-
genders were switched there? If it was just like a 13-year-old girl is just like, yeah, I'm getting that.
And the story is literally about like 3 like renegade cult members that go and kidnap a slave kid and like take him and I don't
It's
know.
Pizzagate in space.
It's
Pizzagate in space.
Yeah. And then take them to a bunch of. It's just
Does that make Emperor Palpatine George Soros?
Yes.
That's weird.
And
It works way too well.
Yeah, I know, that's so weird.
as soon as they put Sam Jackson in those movies too, he was a ridiculous voice of reason, which threw the whole movie off. Because he was like, I want to be in this, and they're like, he's like, but I'm not going to be shitty.
Mace Windu's a great character. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's he's so weird in episode 2. The redeeming factor in the prequel. I could go on forever on this. The redeeming factor in the prequel trilogy is that George Lucas, by the 3rd movie, goes, "Hey, I'm not so good at this directing thing. Can I have some friends come in?" The Francis Ford Coppola's like, "I got this guy. I got this."
You're stupid.
Yeah, just does the opposite.
Just go do
like,
coke.
whoa, that's a
Hang
great
out.
scene. Yeah.
I have a Boba Fett back patch, so we could really do this all night. Stop us.
Yeah.
Corey Church just commented on the live stream, what's your favorite Cypress Hill song?
Oh man, dude, we are huge Cypress Hill fans.
There's a whole bunch of the Spanish language stuff
Yeah.
that's just utterly fantastic.
Yeah, I'd probably say
The
how I Could Just Kill a Man,
ooh, that's a good one.
or Hand on the Pump. Son of shotgun, hand on the pump, sipping on a 40, pumping on a blunt. Yeah, dude.
Insane in the Membrane's really good. Hits from the Bong are also really good. I like those two songs. So
Yeah, that is, what is it? Is Hits from the Long has the Son of a Preacher Man sample?
I believe so.
Is that am I right? No, that's I Want to Get High. Whatever.
That-
Whatever
it's
one it
one of
is,
those,
that
yeah.
shit's awesome.
You want to live large,
Rocks.
big house.
You don't mention that album.
We usually don't talk about that.
We don't talk about the little Nicky era of
You're
Cypress
just,
Hill.
you're just growing up in the world, not trusting anybody.
Cops come and try to snatch my crops. These pigs want to blow my house down. I don't like cops, man, and I like people who sing about hating cops. And Cypress Hill definitely does this.
Cypress Hill is banned from Saturday Night Live because they smoked a blunt live on stage.
I know, they're awesome.
You're like, yeah. This is on a resume.
At the same chord, Saturday Night Live also banned Elvis Costello.
Yeah. For
So-
not playing the right
Being
song.
rad-
He
on
didn't,
Tuesday?
he didn't want to play the song they told him to play. He was like, no, I
Yeah,
won't play this one.
You see what Sturgill Simpson did to him? They're like, he just went out there and he had he did the Prince thing where he had both of his performances crammed into one medley, and
Yeah.
they just dicked around. They just fucking, it was awesome. They just went out there and. Yeah, Sturgill Simpson fans, he's a country
Yeah,
musician.
he had like all his back musicians
Yeah.
do a solo and like
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Everybody got a solo. Every member of the band, and
Yeah.
it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the
He's
best.
got a really talented band, so like that's a musician going, hey, this isn't just about me.
Yeah,
Him and like a handful of other country artists are actually making country tolerable again.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely doing it well. though.
Sturgill, I didn't realize this. He covered Nirvana on his new.
Oh, yeah,
album.
dude.
In Bloom. It's a
In
great
Bloom.
cover.
It's
Yeah,
a
dude.
fantastic cover of it too.
Yeah.
It's really good. That video's gnarly, and I especially like it because it's a dude with a cannon for the head. So sort of speaks to me on a
You
different
kind
level.
of relate to that one.
Yeah, I love that. He's got headphones in.
So, Gabriel, favorite comedy or movie?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, is that what we were
Sorry, I went off on Star Wars.
Holy shit! Yeah, we're still on Star Wars. You guys have been drinking. Everybody, just needs to chill out.
But you said Anchorman though.
Yeah, Anchorman comedy. I go like Die Hard probably for my favorite.
Oh, great
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Regular.
Amazing Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Regardless of what Bruce Willis says.
I don't care what he says.
I was just showing, like I showed you
Bruce Willis can suck my dick. I mean,
in the movie. There's the movie National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't believe that existed. You showed me like 3 clips from that shit, and I was like,
Basically,
what?
that movie is a Lethal Weapon parody starring Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's a
God.
real
Fantastic.
fucking thing.
I owned it on DVD for like $4.
Oh my
And
God,
there's a
that's
scene, and Emilio Estevez lives on the beach in a trailer. And then when he opens and walks in the trailer, it's a mansion.
That's the movie.
Yeah.
That scene has been stuck in my head. I've been trying to figure out what movie that's in.
Yeah.
What is
It's
it?
a
National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, and the best part is there is no sequel.
It's like History of the World Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scene that one of the scenes I showed Ken was there's a SWAT team throwing explosives on the beach, and it's Bruce Willis's house. And Bruce Willis is like, it's 824, not 828.
He comes out as John McClane. He's like, sorry, I'm bad. Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
By the way, who's pumped as shit about Glass? I am pumped to see that movie.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched Split. It was good.
I haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil it.
I won't. It was a lot better than I expected because he makes some shit fucking movies.
Yeah.
Everybody talks crap about Lady in the Water, and I actually like that movie. It's just like a really kind of like half-assed done fairy tale, but I still enjoyed it. Like
Yeah, I
enjoyed
didn't
it.
think it was like the greatest movie ever, but I didn't think it was like awful. It was just like it got to a point where it was just kind of like a stage thing where everyone had to just express how much they hated it. You know?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, those same people also didn't come out in droves complaining about Transformers.
Yeah.
And that movie is horrible. Like,
Yes.
There was things
But-
that fucking.
but-
I
There are
already
giant
made the
robots
Turtles
fighting.
movies, and we're not even gonna fucking.
I haven't even seen
They're
them.
fucking awesome.
I can barely watch Michael.
The
Bay.
the cartoon was stupid. I don't know why everybody's so surprised when they're like, "Why is this movie so stupid?"
Well, you
You're
don't like
"It's a
Dimension
stupid-"
X and like tiny
I get it.
aliens and hot rod.
But the turtles are like nerdy and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're nerdy and stupid in the movie, and everybody's like, "This could have been darker." And you're like, "What the fuck? They're 15-year-old teenage fucking ninjas. Get the fuck out of here!"
They're turtles with samurai.
Bebop and Rocksteady ride a fucking tank down a river.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Fuck you! If you didn't think that was awesome, you suck. if two a punk rock warthog and a punk rock steal a tank and sail it down a motherfucking river, if you think that, don't think that's awesome, just suck my dick. Unfriend me right now, Facebook. 'Cause I don't have time for your shit. Hey, somebody tried to tell him face off, and remember at the bar just an hour ago, somebody tried to say face off.
I'll give you Con Air. I'll give you Con Air. I can't give you Face Off.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
can't give you Face Off. That movie's awful. The movie's so
It's Johnny
bad.
Cage being Nicolas Cage.
And the other one's The Rock.
Face.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. Face off. Already paid.
Oh man, that movie is so
John
bad.
Travolta. Nicolas Cage. It's ironic.
Don't you think? Yeah. That's like, that's just, that movie's so bad. What? They're just randomly like, Nick Cage turns a corner, doves.
When he jumps up, no, that happens when they go to the fucking funeral, and he turns the corner, and there's literally just like 80 doves behind him, and then they come out again.
Yeah.
Like the camera cuts back, like he's like halfway through the room, and they just fly out again. You're like, what are these doves fucking doing? Who's out there scaring doves?
I know
At
doves
this
are
outdoor
smart,
beachside
but-
funeral. These people didn't pay somebody to stop by? Coming in here scaring all the fucking doves? What the fuck? You're for a beachside funeral. And also, they all have automatic pistols. Like, not machine guns, like handguns.
pistol.
Yeah. And it makes no sense. Watch the reloads on that. They don't happen.
No.
No reloads. John was like,
I didn't shake it up enough. Favorite stand-up comedians.
I'll talk about it. We didn't talk about it last time, but
I didn't talk about
I'll talk about it. Should I start?
Mm-hmm.
Steve Martin.
Oh, solid
Yeah.
choice.
Mainly because I loved how he made fun of stand-up comedy in the conventional sense. It's just like, hey, I'm going to make fun of the conventions of the form and then just make a joke about it and that kind of thing.
I was kind of hoping you were just going to say because banjo.
And banjo. And the arrow.
That's a complete, like, legit
Yeah.
reason to love him.
And the banjo.
Yeah.
And it's like, I loved how he like went on top and then just got out and quit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, now he's back now, but it was kind of, for like 40 years, he's like, no, I don't need it. Like,
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
yeah. Mitch Hedberg is another person.
Oh yeah,
favorite.
that's
Yeah.
exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that style.
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch
Mitch
Hedberg.
Hedberg's also great. Our
Oh,
friend,
fuck yeah, dude.
odd story about our friend Ben.
Who is his
Happy birthday.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we
man.
got twice on that. But he used to work at a club up in Minneapolis, and he got to watch Mitch Hedberg do a lot of material.
Work out his material.
And work out his material.
Wow.
So he's
Damn.
probably seen Mitch Hedberg more than anybody possible.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And the
It's
best
seen
part-
him bomb.
Yeah, he said he's probably seen him bomb way more than you ever saw him do well.
Wow.
Which is kind of a unique insight on a comic who's considered a great.
Yeah.
Mm. I like Greg Giraldo.
Greg Giraldo is fantastic.
Because
Yeah.
I agree with his outpoint on people.
Joke writer for the stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christopher Titus is great if you want to be angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am, yeah.
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 Which he's coming to Sioux Falls in September.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be at the
He's
Orpheum
doing Grand
or-
Falls or
Somebody
the
pay you
Orpheum?
to
You say Greg Giraldo?
Yeah.
No.
I'm doing a
Fucking Patrice O'Neal, man. That's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck
Patrice,
yeah.
Bill Burr, Jim Norton.
Yeah.
Bill
Those
fucking
are-
Burr, dude.
Yeah.
I agree with, dude. Oh, no, while we're doing it, Doug Stanhope, man.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Doug, man.
My
He's
favorite one
shit.
on his like, hey, yeah, you gotta respect the cops. You gotta respect the cops, and everybody applauds. He's like, ha ha, got you again. You're fucking wrong. I fucking love that dude.
Bill Burr is like the one guy that can successfully do a podcast by himself.
Yeah.
He just, it's like talks about stuff and just pauses for a long period of time. Like when someone dies, like, 34 years old. Fuck. And pauses.
I think to be honest, it's his Boston accent that carries half of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I like listening to this. This is cool.
Yeah.
I don't get that around here.
No.
For comics that I love, I'm a huge Bo Burnham fan.
Oh, yeah.
And Tom Segura.
Oh,
Tom
dude,
Segura is
Tom
great.
Segura.
I do love classics like Richard Pryor too, but
Yeah.
recently it's just been I've listened to a lot of Bo Burnham and Tom Segura. They're just
Yeah.
I love the way those guys do jokes, just in general.
I always listen to the podcast Legion of Skanks, and it's funny, but I never really like listened to like it's a Big J Okerson, who and he's fucking hilarious. He's got like a couple of specials on like iTunes and stuff like that. Super funny. I've listened to them like twice in the past week or so. Just great.
Yeah. An underrated comic I like is John Doerr.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Because he's the one with the plaid shirt and the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, he has conventional setups, and then his joke goes one way. It's like, where the hell did that go? He's like, I would like to start off my set by saying I just got back from performing for the troops, and then the audience claps, but really I was performing for the Taliban.
Just the deadpan quick change. Nice.
Yeah.
I enjoy that a lot.
Jim Jeffries is another one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just has a new.
solid.
I know it's next up on my list.
Yeah, I watched it.
He looks like he's seems to be about getting to total wanker level though. Like
Just
he's
a
just
bit.
like pushing that like what's that fucking asshole? That everybody
There's a
loves.
lot
No,
of
the,
them.
the douchebag bro, Dane Cook.
Oh.
He looks like he's pushing that Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
I
Dan
can see
Cook was
that.
stealing jokes
dude,
that
Dane
whole time.
and just fucking not funny.
Yeah.
So unfunny.
I like early Dan Cook though.
I liked him in Waiting. I don't really know much else about
Yeah,
him.
that's
Waiting
an
is
accurate
great.
portrayal
Yeah.
of me. I'm a cook, and that's literally like, hey, we got another order. Fuck you. I'm just kidding.
John Mulaney, another one. It's
Oh,
one
yeah.
that I like a lot. Although I think as his fame is rising, his stand-up's going to get weaker, as it's been. Like I didn't think Kid Gorgeous was that great. It was okay, but it was just.
The,
He's
the
just
weakness
fun to
of
listen to.
the weakness of
Yeah.
Kid Gorgeous is he spent like 20 minutes on JJ Bittenbinder,
Yeah.
where that easily could have been pared down to a much smaller bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll run out of material. Like
He
if
might.
he's one of those guys that had a lot of this stuff built up, ready to go, got a little bit of fame, started releasing it heavily. Now he's like, whoop, I'm out.
I can see him start writing screenplays or doing something like that, or small parts.
Which
of
I wouldn't be
comedies.
opposed if he did take a break from comedy to do that sort of thing to
Yeah.
build up some more material.
Yeah,
I
I would agree with
I'm
that.
worried that there's going to be a pressure now to like churn them out.
Well, Oh Hello is awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that shit, dude.
but isn't that mostly done
Nick
through
Kroll.
Nick Kroll.
Yeah, John Mulaney, I think.
I know John
Yeah,
Mulaney
but he's
does
one
it,
of the
but isn't Nick
characters, it's
Kroll
two
like one of the
characters.
more heavy writers in that though?
Yeah. Lately, Nick Kroll and John have been working together on a Like Big Mouth. They worked on that.
Oh, that was
Big
actually
Mouth's
fantastic.
Dude, Will Arnett as the masturbation monster is so great.
Yeah.
I still can't think of any. When I hear Will Arnett's voice, I can't think of anything other than BoJack Horseman. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just,
That show got like.
it's amazing.
If,
It's
I
fantastic.
know, but it's like it's such a bummer.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I know, I get that. Just gotta take a break and watch me some serial killer documentaries.
Yeah.
Will Arnett was.
Really lift myself
Feel
up.
good
Yeah.
stuff.
Will
I
Arnett.
guess I'm not that guy.
They kind of do make me feel good because, like, if you're ever down about yourself, just watch an Ed Gein documentary. You'll be like, that fucking, that's gross.
Not jerking off into a skull, at least.
Yeah.
No.
No,
That's not anyway.
Last Podcast on the Left. Do you ever listen to that?
Huge
all the
fans.
time, yeah.
Fucking love that
Huge
show.
fans.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna send. I think we're gonna send them some of our.
Well, two of our songs off our last release were heavily influenced by them. So.
Nice.
We have a song called Jolly Jane about Jane Toppin, and we have a song called Sodomize the World about Carl Panzeram.
Ah. Answer him.
He really did sodomize just
A lot of people.
everywhere.
Well,
everywhere.
just this week they did a best of because they were recovering from
The best of the Roswell episode?
Well, they did the best of Roswell, and then the one this weekend or whatever was best of Carl Panzeram because.
Oh, man, I can't wait to listen
I
to
can't
that.
wait to I didn't hear that.
I'm excited.
Dude, Panzeram, yeah, dude, that guy was so. He robbed a sitting president. Like, he robbed a president while he was president. And then stole a boat and got away and killed a bunch of people. It's just fucking nuts.
His story is just gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just fucked.
Yeah,
Crazy.
every part about it, just like, what could go wrong? That did go wrong, and then more went wrong, and then more went wrong.
Africa kicked them out of their country.
Wait, the continent?
Yes!
Or, okay,
He
the
went-
whole
he went to
continent of
Africa.
Africa.
No, he fucking tried to kill that little boy, and
He went to
found
an
him in the
Ivory
continent.
Coast or something like that,
Yeah,
and
they
he got
fucking-
immediately kicked out.
Yeah, he
Like,
killed a little boy,
barred from
and then
entry.
they were like, "You're fucked up. You can't come back to Africa. You wanna
Oh.
buy some people?"
All of Africa.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You look him up. He was the worst. That's why I wrote a song.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's your next topic.
Yes.
Were you the last one, or was I?
Yeah, I was last because I had favorite stand-up comedians.
All right.
And now we're
Get on
getting
your own.
Do we touch
He's
that?
hilarious.
Did everyone say theirs?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool. Our mozzarella cheese or our mozzarella sticks cheese balls. Ooh, fail.
Fail.
I mean, yeah, fail. They're not.
They're mozzarella
Yeah.
sticks.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. If
End
it's
of
a
story.
stick, it
Story.
can't
It's
be a
just
ball.
reality, man. Whoever wrote that
Doesn't understand what a mozzarella
yeah, I was gonna
stick
say, take
is.
a long step
calling-
back and look at your reality because you were just
It's like-
oversimplified.
It's like calling a coat rack a DVD player.
yeah.
This could be spoilery. Who really died in Infinity War and who is coming
I
back?
haven't seen it, and I'll fucking punch you all in the face.
Fail.
So that's a fail.
I like my face.
That's actually not
Yeah.
a bad question. Just
Touchy.
Yeah, it's touchy.
Favorite dinosaur, and why didn't you say Velociraptor?
I think that's one of my questions.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Velociraptor.
I'll talk about it.
I will too.
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Stegosaurus.
It's got like bone plates on it.
Yeah.
And a tail. And
That's
eats
metal as
plants.
fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like 9 or 10 out of on the metal scale.
It's basically like a living battle jacket.
Exactly.
It is.
The Tri-Michaelceratops.
We try Michael's
Seth Benson told me that joke, and I'm just like,
Seth.
I feel like
and then he says you can use it on stage, and I have, and it's gone.
I feel like I don't care what it is, but one of those giant sea dinosaurs that's like the size of half the ocean. You imagine? You know,
Those
it's just
like
like
Ultrasaurus that
Yeah.
like bite a like whale in half.
yeah, it just looks like a giant loogie with teeth or something. It's like the size of a continent. I know that I don't know if I ever got a name for them, but you know they existed.
I hope they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or else there's no justice in this goddamn hopeless world.
The world would be a better place if they still existed.
Yeah. We all as people. That'd be better.
Dinosaurs with herpes, cold sores.
We just did you bait this? Did you?
They have a whole list of dinosaur
he's
jokes.
got a whole bunch of dinosaur jokes.
All these are just me
It's
setting up
just-
for jokes.
Ichthyosaurus?
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 Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
see though on a lot
That's
of
the
like
big giant fish.
Gross ass
Yeah,
lizard.
Ichthyology
it's
is
like
the study of fish.
they kind of look like
So it literally would
the giant
translate
crocodile
to
fish thing.
dinosaur.
There you go.
Random
Yeah,
lizard.
that's actually, it translates as fish lizards.
Fish lizards.
Yeah.
sidebar on a lot of talk shows. The talk show host will set up the comic for them to talk about their bits on interviews. I'm like, that's so fake and not spontaneous. Like, so you got a cat? Yeah, well, my cat's a little bit of a racist. And I like this whole bit about the cat being like, it's just like, yeah, that's totally fake. I'm like,
The best instance of that though is from Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with the John Mulaney episode, and John Mulaney's like, yeah, I don't ever know what to say to kids, and Jerry immediately goes, that's such a stupid thing to say. I don't know what to say to kids. What do you mean? And John's like, you didn't think I was funny. I don't know what to say now. That went so wrong.
Brian Regan had a story about that. He was on Letterman once and did the talk show, the interview portion after his stand-up set, and he was planning to do a bit about getting his eyes checked, and Letterman was supposed to say, "So here you're getting some help, or you went to an eye doctor recently," and Letterman changed the wording of the setup so it made no sense when Brian Regan was starting his bit. So Letterman said, "So I hear you're trying to get in shape." And so he goes, "Yeah, I was getting my eyes checked." And then no one laughed. And then so he just grabs from his coffee mug and just starts slowly sipping. Yeah, it was awkward.
favorite dinosaur is kind of a split. I love brontosauruses because they don't exist.
Yep.
That is amazing. How many textbooks were written
Wait, what?
with a Brontosaurus doesn't exist. It was a
Like today it doesn't?
no, it's not a real dinosaur. It's a whole bunch of different dinosaur bones
They put the
together.
wrong bones together.
Yeah,
Wait, are dragons dinosaurs?
yeah.
Sweet. I'd choose
Wait,
dragons
Outside of the brontosaurus, I don't know. Like I like all the really weird looking ones, like the Dilophosaurus and the duck one, and the one with the dome head. I can't think of their names. I haven't.
I'd go with Dragon 2 because at least there's movies
Dragon.
on how to train them. So.
I like how you have throwaway questions and nobody will just go for 45 minutes on them.
They're the best ones.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't like a "what's your favorite fruit snack?" Because we
Pachycephalosaurus.
Which one?
Pachycephalosaurus.
That's it, yeah.
That's the dome head.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie Reign of Fire? That dragon.
Oh, yeah.
That movie's the shit.
Stop what you're about
Yeah.
to read and talk about Rain of
Yeah,
Fire.
that movie is the fucking shit.
Have you seen? Has everybody here seen Rain of Fire?
Yeah,
Okay. You guys are gonna.
How do you grow crops? They just go by. What's up? Boom.
Yeah, so
Boom.
here's the concept. Christian Bale in England. Last person to see what do they call him? Like F-12 dragon. So then he's running this little community that like successfully fights off the dragons, which are an issue. Let me tell you.
You would think.
They're fucking dragons. And long story short, what's his name?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey shows up as Batman. He has the Batman voice. Dude, watch the movie.
He does have the Batman
He has the
voice.
exact same voice that Christian Bale has in Batman.
It's like where he got the idea.
No, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like it's the same voice, but he shows up and he's got a bomber jacket. You know what him and his crew do? They jump out of helicopters and net fucking dragons and beat them to death as they fall to the ground because they are badass.
Yeah. The movie is the shit.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
underrated.
Yeah, dude.
Very
At the end
underrated.
too.
Yeah.
Don't they have like explosives on spears and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That shit's fucking.
I saw that at a drive-in. It was fucking awesome.
Such a fun
Nice.
movie.
That is a Too Blunt movie for sure.
That is a great.
That's up. Yeah, that's up there with Bill and Ted, where you're like, we need to not stop smoking
What is
weed.
the Sean Connery Dragon movie? It came out around the same time.
Dragonheart is bitch made.
Oh my
shitty.
Reign of Fire is the best dragon movie of all time.
Oh yeah,
I'd say
it's just.
You know what? I think we're saying it right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
unequivocally.
Reign of
Everybody
Fire.
does not have shit on Rain of Fire.
Okay, yeah, no.
It's Batman with dragons.
Aragon was just terrible. The movie was
You didn't
terrible.
see it. I was too busy watching.
No, the movie
Rain
is
of Fire.
terrible. The movie was so
Waterworld.
bad. They cut so much stuff from the book that they literally could not make a sequel because they cut too many plot points.
Yeah, it literally made no
Out of a
sense.
children's book.
Yes, and the thing is, Christopher Paolini was on a Reddit AMA, and somebody said
Holy
if you ever thought about remaking Aragon in a film, who would you have directed? And he said, well, funny story. When I was talking to executives at Fox about who would have directed, I had a few guys in mind, and one of them was this indie guy. He hadn't done a lot of films, but like you might know his work, like Memento. Freaking yeah. Nolan was going to direct
Nolan.
Aragon, but like no, we've got someone much better in mind.
Jesus.
Wait, did who directed Rain of Fire? Was it Christopher Nolan?
No,
'Cause
no,
that
that's
would-
not Nolan.
It hurt my brain.
Is it?
I'll look it up.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to demand information. I just
No,
like,
you're all good.
I was just so like, fuck, Christopher. Like if Christopher Nolan did that and then let Christian Bale use the voice, I'm gonna have to write him a letter or something.
I see what you did there.
Wow.
I see what you did there.
I'm not worried.
2 stars on IMDb. 2002. Directed by Rob Bowman.
You know he's got a few other bangers in him. We gotta find his movies.
Rain of Fire 2.
I would see
Yeah,
that
I would
shit.
watch that.
Yeah.
This
We'd be
time-
there.
It comes out with. It starts with fucking Christian Bale or fucking Matthew McConaughey ripping out of the fucking dragon's body.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Right. Soundtrack by M. Night Shield and Green Lantern.
There you go.
The first time rap metal made sense.
So this Rob Bowman that directed that movie, the only other movies I see that he's directed is Elektra, 2005.
Oh man, that was so bad.
The X-Files movie in 1998, which was total garbage.
Yeah, that one was.
Oh,
Well, he was the producer for X-Files and also Castle.
Oh,
He was a producer on X-Files and Castle.
Yeah.
damn.
Did he do any
Guys, I
actual
think we
work?
just started another podcast.
Deep dives on movies you forgot?
Yeah. Shitty stuff that's still
There's
shitty.
only like 4,000 podcasts of that.
No, he
I'm
directed.
sure we'll be the one to make it big.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Doug loves movies. They got nothing on us.
Yeah.
Rain of Fire 2. This time it's personal.
Fire harder.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the movie?
No.
It's personal in the first movie. Dragon killed his fucking family.
Yep.
Yeah.
See if you see the first one. That was purse. That was business.
The best part is they're in a fucking castle. It's like 2015, like, you know, but 1996, 2015.
Yeah.
And they're like
And
in
it's
a
dragons.
castle fighting dragons, and you're like, really, a castle is like a bunker maybe, or like, you know, any other place, guys. You know dragons love castles. What the fuck are you guys doing? What the fuck? So
I'm gonna have to watch that movie.
yeah,
tonight.
dude. I think I'm
gonna do
yeah, I think
the
I'm gonna watch that movie too.
It's fucking great.
It's a great movie.
He punches him. Yeah.
So,
It didn't punch the dragon in the face, dude.
He did punch a dragon in the face.
How does that work? The whole movie's amazing.
your hand hurts after you're done.
It was filmed in real time. It's a documentary.
Yeah,
That's why there aren't any more dragons. Have you seen a dragon since
That's why everyone
2005?
in London died in 2002.
yeah.
That explains why
You
my
guys just don't remember the early
experience,
2000s.
other than True Detective, because goddamn it, did I love that shit.
Wait, when did he win his Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club? Was that 2015?
2015.
Yeah.
20.
Because like I say, that fit in. 10 years from now, I'm gonna be my own hero.
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Yeah, in his speech.
Just a subtle reference
Yeah, no,
to
in-
Rain of Fire.
In his speech, it was just like, I had a teacher that always said, "Who's your hero?" And I said, "I'm gonna have to think about that." So I came back the next day and I said, "My hero is me 10 years from now." And so like I'm never gonna catch my hero.
you're
Just
one
10 years from now.
pretentious kid.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like,
what the hell,
10
kid?
So who's your hero 10 years from now? It's me 10 years later. See, I'm never gonna catch my hero,
That's
but
just-
I always have something that I can live up to.
That's a terrible thing for a kid to say.
His teacher is like, "Hey man, you got a hero?" He's like, "No, it's me." He's like, "It'd be a lot cooler if you did." Because that's a shitty answer.
Just say you're dead.
Just say I'm high. Move on. Just be like, "I'm stoned. I shouldn't be answering this question. Let me be dumb, stoned Matthew McConaughey and make more Dragon movies."
Alright. Best songs that are dirtier than you think they are.
Give me that nut by Eazy-E.
Yeah, I didn't think that was dirty the first time. I
Yeah,
heard it.
that one.
Like-
yeah.
It gets dirtier the second time you listen to it. You catch more shit.
That's a really dirty song to begin
That
with.
was the Christmas song.
Just yesterday, I heard a song by a band called Red Vox called "Between the Cheeks." And dramatic reading of this. As I approach the outer rim, I pray to God you'll let me in, so we can fill this hole between us. I know that I've been wrong, but I know where I belong, and I'm a fly between the moons of Venus. Prepare your ship for docking. My probe is set for interlocking between the cheeks of love.
Thought he was gonna get a penis rhyme in there.
Yeah.
Really kind of hoping set it up like he set it up so well for it and just was like, no.
That's a waste of a fucking.
Yeah, it's just, you could have put a penis in it. I mean, that's his plan.
It sounds like
but-
he did
Yeah,
eventually.
well,
but,
yeah.
While we're talking about have you guys heard about Neckbeard Death Camp?
What? What?
So there's this they're super raw black metal. So like, it's like unless you're into black metal, if you don't listen to extreme shit, it's hard to listen to. They're called Neckbeard Death Camp, and their first album is called National Socialism is for Basement Dwelling Losers, and it is some in your face like
Hardcore anti-fascist.
anti-fascist black metal. It's pretty fucking funny, but
You were reading me lyrics earlier today. What was the one? The fedora one.
oh yeah, dude, yeah,
Oh,
Dude,
my
like their T-shirts, we're ordering them. It's just a fucking guy in a fedora being beaten to death by a dude with a skateboard, and it's It's just look them up.
They're just
Their symbol
ridiculous.
is like the Iron Eagle, like the Nazi Iron Eagle, but instead of the eagle, it's a dick on the top, and instead of a swastika, it's Pepe the Frog. Like they're going after Nazis. It's so funny. Wow. It is amazing.
They're 100%
like,
committed.
Like you know how there's like
going after them.
anti-fascist bands or bands that like stand up against hate and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
They're usually pretty subtle or like it's something like "fuck off, you Nazi punk." You know what I mean? Nazi punks, fuck off, Nazi punk. But this is just like God.
Wow.
Yeah, right? You look it up. The lyrics are fucking hilarious.
Oh, they even got Pepe the Frog in there.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, that's it right there.
That's it. Neckbeard Death Cab.
I was laughing so
I
hard when
know,
I
dude.
saw that.
Bedroom right shirt.
Yeah.
Just staring at the bedroom right. Oh, dude. Yeah, dude.
Just everything about this band is so funny.
They have Rick Ross, but it's like, and like instead of a Nazi skull, it's Rick Ross's face.
Yeah, that's their death's head. It's
yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh. They're my new favorite thing in the whole goddamn world. Buy their shirts so they can keep making music and pissing Nazis off. They
That
tour
is
with,
amazing.
Yeah, they tour with face masks on, obviously because Nazis cry and like to bitch about being made fun of.
Robbie commented, he's a listener of the whole thing. He said, December by Collective Soul. The chorus is turn your head now, baby, just spit me out.
Trying to spit me out. Explain why you shouldn't be singing
oh my
that.
god! Are you listening? I never picked up on that.
Oh really?
Oh shit!
That is definitely.
That is rapey as shit! Holy fuck! When you see it red, that's about mouth fucking. That's mouth rape right there.
I don't think it's rapey. I think it's about a blowjob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it consensual? Is the
It doesn't
question.
sound it.
That's
Don't scream
We need
about.
context. We
Don't
need.
think about.
No, we need context on this.
Yeah, we need to read the lines previous to that one. But yeah.
It's the first time any podcast has looked up lyrics to a Collective Soul song.
If we bring down Collective Soul, I can just quit music.
Well, when I was in college, I met a guy who wrote.
Collective Soul.
No. I met a guy who wrote a whole paper on Seal's Kissed from a Rose. And his whole paper was an analytical understanding of that song and how it was about a woman's period. And I was just like, what?
Oh.
He wrote a
Oh.
legit paper about how it is a metaphor for not going down on your girlfriend when she's having her period.
Did he not see Batman Forever?
I don't think he read the lyrics, but like it doesn't. It was probably one of the most amazing misunderstanding of lyrics I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
And like not understanding women even a little
Oh
bit.
no, the guy didn't get women at all.
Yeah,
he was a
yeah.
very awkward
He
person.
definitely didn't have a real girlfriend.
No. But it was one of the most like, this is glorious. This is really well written and completely wrong. Like just every aspect about
Yeah,
this
have
is
you looked it
wrong.
up?
Yeah.
It's a song about forced mouth rape.
Why drink the water from my hand? Contagious as you think I am.
Oh.
Just tilt my son towards your domain. Your cup runneth over again.
Oh.
Don't scream about, don't think aloud, just turn your head now, baby, just spit me out. Don't worry about, don't speak of doubt, turn your head now, baby, just spit me out.
Oh!
Why follow me to higher ground, lost as you swear I am? Don't throw away your basic needs, ambience, and vanity. December promise you gave unto me, December whispers of treachery, December clouds are now covering me, December songs no longer I sing.
Yeah, he totally mouth raped that shit.
Yeah.
I used to play this in KCS.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's just fucking
Yeah,
forcing
I had a
his
friend in
dick-
college who's a huge Collective Soul fan, and there's no way he fucking knows that's what that song means. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to call him tonight, would be weird because I haven't seen him in like 15 years. Just be like, Nick, you gotta know this.
Yeah.
The song's about my kids were sleeping, you son of a bitch. What the fuck?
Collective Soul's out there raping people! We gotta stop him!
You and me, buddy.
The
Oh, yeah.
official explanation from singer Ed Roland.
be good.
We were going through a tough time with our first manager, and I just felt like at the time a lot of stuff happened really quickly. You've got to remember we had a hit song before we had a label or even a true band, so that relationship
lie.
started to
No, it was
deteriorate.
premature.
You couldn't hear that as a high five.
Huh. Yeah, it was basically about a relationship breakup.
That
Nah, that's about him. No.
That's not even a good alibi. That's
That's what I like about Prince. When he writes about fucking somebody, they know they're being fucked.
you'll know it.
Yeah, you will know it. Yeah.
Bowling for Soup has a song called My Weena. It's it's basically a penis joke.
No way.
Go figure, huh?
Yeah. The chorus is, "My Weena is lonely tonight. She cries when I turn out the light. She's only happy when I'm holding her tight. Take a look at my Weena." And then my favorite is when he goes, "Get a load of my Weena."
So that's why, like
Poetry,
with
man.
Ninja Sex Party, like you just know immediately what you're getting into. When you got a song called 6969, like you just know what you're getting into.
FYI, I want to F your A.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite one would definitely be "Dominated Love Slave" by Green Day.
Oh, that's great.
I love that song.
I mean, if you ever heard an anal cunt song,
Oh, any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they have the best song? They have like the best song.
they have the best
like,
T-shirts. They have that big T-shirt that just says "Jesus is a cunt" on the back. Every time I see one, I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you, man.
You wore that outside.
You went outside. Fuck yeah, dude.
Wow.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I don't disagree, but way to go.
And that's just always for me. It's just one of those like you wore it outside.
Have you ever seen one? It's not small lettering. It's
No,
the
it's
whole back of the shirt.
Yeah, it's the whole back of the shirt, giant area.
There is
block
no
lettering.
ambiguity
Yeah.
on the
No.
message there.
No.
My favorite one of those when I was working at Hy-Vee, a lady walked by and it was a bright, awkward shirt. It was a Miami Dolphin shirt, and it was just sperm with Dolphins helmets, and it said the official sports drink of the AFC East.
Wow.
Oh man, that's solid. That's a great
like you were walking
t-shirt.
around a grocery store in the
crap.
Midwest wearing that.
Oh, I
like,
hope you go to church in that. That'd be so funny. You're like, what? It's not offensive. I just have a strong opinion about my favorite sports team. Oh, that's that. Wow, I wish I could find
It's
it.
all about offending as many people as you can without them actually being able to walk up to you and talk to you.
Yeah.
And the
All
one
in life.
The one I think it wasn't meant as intended, but it was this high schooler, and I think it was like supposed to be like the graduating class was the year 2021, but the shirt said must be 21 to enter. I'm like,
Oh, dude, check this out. This patch on the back of my neck is from a Christian's T-shirt. It says "Satan is a punk." I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. like every crust punk and every fucking thrift store, like every one of those shirts went to some guy like me. Like, oh yeah, it's a punk. You fucking kidding me? It's tie dye. It's the same as a punk. It is the most nonsense shit I own, and like. Yeah, dude, they did not think that through. Every punk rocker that ever saw one of those was like, God, I need. Did they make more? Can I have one?
Dewey Cox's "Let's Duet." Or anything off Walk Hard.
Yeah,
Has
that's
an
underrated.
second meaning.
Yeah. That period of Dewey Cox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was good. Yeah.
In my dreams, you're blowing me some kisses.
To be honest, anything Steel Panther does is also
Yes.
fantastic.
yeah.
Death to all butt metal.
Yeah.
Butt metal.
Butt metal.
What about famous "Blow My Whistle" by Flo Rida?
I have nothing to say about that. I'm sorry, it brought me out, dude.
It took me
Florida?
5 years to realize
I
that
listened
Flo
to
Rida was Florida.
Real hip hop.
5 years.
I didn't know until just now. I'm learning so much tonight.
My favorite band is Al.
Go buy a Vince
Alaska.
Staples CD
My rapper name will be Alaska.
Yeah, that's good.
on MC Juicebox. He's 100% real gangster. Hard R.
MC Rhode Island.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Next one.
Delaware.
Yeah.
Delaware. I'm just Delaware.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, dude. Neither does North Dakota, and don't let anybody tell you it does.
Yeah, there's just a giant like imaginary mirror that like is the opposite of South Dakota.
Yeah, dude,
once you
it's
get
an
past
illusion.
Sisterton.
Yeah.
These are facts. Man.
Yeah, we've been there. Fargo's
We're a
2
band.
million people, man.
So, I'm just sorry. Just saying.
We had like a 30-minute conversation about how many people live in Fargo, and we decided to just go with 2 million.
Roughly 2.5 million.
2.5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Not that it exists.
We couldn't come up with a good answer, so we just went with 2.5
Sorry.
million.
I think all my beers are kicking in.
Next question.
Yeah.
20 minutes to nuclear apocalypse, giant asteroid, etc. What do you do?
Fucking 100%. From the moment I find out about it to the moment that fucking the comet hits, and probably blow. Other than that, How about you
I
guys?
think I would just watch it, be like, dude, that's fucking crazy. Is this really fucking happening right now? And just be like,
You wouldn't be banging out in your front yard, and it didn't matter.
Yeah,
Nobody's
I
gonna
mean-
stop you.
Given my circumstance, I'd probably just be with myself
Yeah, it's the same.
and watching the asteroid.
Yeah. I think my plan would be to grab whatever liquor or beer I could, strip naked, and just run at it.
There, see? You get banged! You get banged through that though!
I was gonna say,
People are not trying to fuck at that point. You're getting laid.
that'd be a weird time to figure out what your fetish is. You see the asteroid and you're like,
Fuck it.
oh yeah.
put my ass eat.
Yeah, I'm yo, dude, impending doom.
Yeah.
That's what gets me off.
You're just like, oh no, the road's coming in. The big guy, just fully erect, running down the highway.
Except for that one chick who's out there like just smoking hot, like I'm just trying to get like boom, you and me right now, and you're like I was gonna kill myself, but fuck it.
Shit,
I know. I okay.
fucking blow my load in like 30 seconds and be like, well, we got like 19 minutes to wait. Like,
Well, we gotta keep this thing moving.
You want to talk? Not really.
Now the only thing I want, I need to talk to Daniel Bergerson about making this happen. I need a short film about this very subject, and the asteroid's about to hit, and the last words of the film where somebody's just look up and they just go, "Harder, Daddy."
No, that's how you win right there. That's how you win the apocalypse. If it's raining in the desert, you better be fucking somebody. You know what I mean? Like.
That or do the guy from Office Space's answer, 2 chicks at the same time, man.
Did you do with $1 million? Yeah.
2 chicks at the same time. I've always wanted to do that. What about you? Besides 2 chicks at the same time? Oh yeah. Bigger! Channel 29 is the breast exams!
That is like probably the most true explanation of what having an awkward male neighbor is like.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, I know you can hear me. Can we please pretend you can't?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's okay, man. Don't.
Just comes by awkwardly and.
God, is it warm as shit in here? Or am I crazy?
Yeah, it's warm in here.
Cool. I'm just making sure I wasn't like crazy drunk and just like I was sweating.
you're in a room filled with large men.
Yeah.
It's
No, I'm not bitching. I'm actually, yeah.
That's the first time I've heard that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. Super good.
Oh, yeah.
That does feel good.
I mean, dude, sorry, I'm still thinking about this question. What else would you do? Like you've
Nothing
got
else, like-
you've got 30 minutes to live. What, are you gonna make a sandwich? Like,
If
You don't know you have 30 minutes to live. It's not like there's a fucking timer out there that's like,
yeah, like it's not an exact science, obviously.
I mean, if revenge is your goal, you go kill that guy you've been waiting on killing.
oh yeah, no, yeah.
He'd be like, hey, you want 30 more minutes? Suck my dick. Boom!
And then the asteroid is canceled,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden,
You're off.
Asteroid.
You're off scot-free.
Yeah.
See, that would be the greatest apocalypse movie of all time. Was the first 20 minutes was everyone reacting how they would, and then the rest of the movie is just the fucking aftermath.
Aftermath of like,
Wow,
of
I
Bruce
shouldn't
Willis
have killed all
actually
those people.
succeeded. Taking
Yeah.
out the asteroid.
I wish I hadn't broken all my stuff.
It'd just be me being like, wow, I'm tired. What? This is awkward. Okay.
I forgot where I live.
I just got.
And my guy's
I
gone.
cleared some serious distance.
next one?
I don't know how anything's gonna beat that.
No. Every answer should begin with you fucking.
Zach, never let me shake these up again. What is the best story about the worst beer you've ever consumed?
Oh, God. I got one.
Okay, we got a story. We're doing it.
Yep.
So I was in Spain with my brothers, and I had just gotten to, and there's a whole story about this, but I had just gone to this weed club in Barcelona to buy a bunch of fucking hash, like fucking a bunch of hash. And I had like my right pocket was full of hash, my left pocket was full of weed, and my back 2 pockets were full of weed and euros, like because I just carrying cash. I'm like, my brothers are both like, we should just wait until we get back to the apartment to smoke this. Let's just not be ridiculous. And I was like, fuck you guys, you fucking pussies. Whatever. So I light up this spliff, like this like hash, like cigarette. And we turned the corner, and we're next to a police station. Like, we didn't... The signs were all hanging above us, and nobody was paying attention. So, like, there's, like, just cops. Like, policia everywhere. We were like, fuck! And, like, immediately turn around, and I just hear this whistle blow, and Jeb, my little brother, is like, that's totally for us. I was like, no, it isn't. Keep walking. And then I feel this tap on my shoulder. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm being shaken down by goddamn anarchist cops. And, because the whole country is practically anarchist, you know? So, long story short, he was like, he pulled all my shit out of my pockets, and then he pulled all my money out of my pockets, and he was like, that's a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, it is. And I put it back in my pocket. I didn't realize he was trolling for a bribe. Just totally missed that. My little brothers were all on board and like ready to bribe him, but I was like totally missed it. And then I just grabbed like a couple of grams of hash and he like put in my pocket. That he was like, because I was like, we're done here, right? Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna take me, like, weed's legal in your fucking country. like what are we doing here? Anyhow, he took half my shit. That's my story. It's anticlimactic, but it was in a foreign country.
About the beer.
Here's where the beer comes in. So we're like, we leave there, and this guy's like almost stolen my shit. I'm super pissed off, and I hate cops. I think I've been over that. And so I'm like super irritated. We walk in to this Irish pub, and I'm like, dude, just give me a fucking American beer. Just give me a whatever shitty American bottle of beer you got right there. I just want, I'm irritated with your judicial system. And he handed me and my little brother's maybe the oldest Budweisers I've ever seen in my life. Like, they had labels I've never seen before. We drank them, and like halfway back to the apartment, we were all like, I think I'm kind of fucked up from that beer, dude. Like it was bad. But they had probably been sitting there for a good decade.
Wow.
Like I said, I've never seen this Budweiser label.
That was the best story about the worst beer.
Worst, best beer, right? Is that the whole idea?
No.
Best
Best
story
story
about
about
Best
the
story
worst
about
beer.
the worst beer.
Best story about the worst beer would probably be sometime around early college. Unfortunately, I don't remember a lot of this period of time.
No.
But I guess a lot of people have an experience, but went camping. We had bought a collection of beers. And after doing some hiking and all that, we had finished our beers. We're heading back at the end of the day. And I had managed to not bring any sunscreen and was pretty much bright red at that point in time. Like, I don't even feel the sun. I don't even feel the sun yet, but I'm bright red, so it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And I left a ice house in my car for 2 days
Emergency beer.
in the sun. And it was the best beer ever. It felt so good because everything hurt. Everything hurt at that point. I was just beet red, looked like a lobster, drinking a 90 degree ice house. Just like, at least I have this ice house. Not quite a Barcelona Budweiser.
That's the story of how we thought you met. I was that ice house. It's a metaphor.
I told my story in the last episode about how I had 3 screwdrivers and 4 Mike's Hards and intensely sang Jeremy by Pearl Jam at Billy Frogs.
If I didn't know you, I would think all of that was like a joke sentence.
But it's very true.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can't even handle half the sugar.
How do you do more than one Mike's?
I don't know. I guess I was so used to
Sheer love
caffeine
of
and
soda?
sugar. Yeah.
I mean, I think I only know one Mike.
Nice.
So,
Oh, I gotta pee so bad. Is there a bathroom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight through.
Go ahead,
Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
oh man.
Quality content.
Best worst beer though. I have a friend who probably has the best one ever, but that was also like probably one of the grossest beers I've ever heard of.
Ooh.
But similar thing. He goes to a festival, and like after the festival is it's like 9 a.m. and he's still hungover from like partying the night before, like just can barely function, and finds a opened grain belt in his car.
Oh.
That had been sitting there for the entirety of the festival in like a good solid 100 degrees, and drank it, and then will still to this day make comments about how it tasted like lemonade. And I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
Oh.
Oh, that was hot beer is definitely one of always takes the cake if you can manage to drink it.
Yeah.
God damn.
I was at a party one time, and unbeknownst to me earlier in the night, this girl stuck a beer can in her pussy, and I drank it later on that evening. Pretty bad.
Wow. Impressive, but
Yeah, I'm a little impressed, kind of grossed out that she then put it back for someone to drink.
Yeah, they set me up on it. Like,
that's
Oh, it was a
devious.
setup?
yeah. It was.
I'm even more impressed. Did someone have to convince her to do it?
Wasn't her idea.
Mind bug.
I don't know the
Was this her
scenario.
idea?
I don't know the
That's the
scenario
first
that led
time
up
she'd
to
done
this.
it.
Yeah, I don't,
No, you would have had to have had practice.
You had to have had practice to do that.
Like, hey guys, check out this party trick. Whoop.
and the bad thing is the St. Ides bottle too. This is just like fucking giant. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Baltic
You never played beer pong with me, did you?
Like, is it just like throwing a hot dog down a hallway?
It's just like it's just one of those like BFCs.
Oh God.
Corona.
God, I don't have anything.
Foster's.
Yeah. And then immediately when it goes up, let's speak Australian. Wow. I miss those commercials.
Foster's.
Australian for beer.
Every Australian's like, no, don't drink that, no. Yeah, like if we set Busch Light everywhere else and be like, it's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, there's,
Australians live in a country full of things trying to kill them, though, so I don't trust anything they say.
And the criminals, I mean.
Well, that's
Old school
England's
criminals
fault.
do
White
that.
criminals.
That's
too.
England's fault.
Like the worst kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in puritanical England, they were the worst criminals.
Yeah, like the one guy that like half the country's descended from stole fucking blankets.
Yeah.
That's
What a bad person.
yeah.
It's cold. You want to be warm? Fuck you.
And
And
rainy.
the
He's going down to
the woman they ended
Australia.
up marrying was there because she stole bread or something. It was just
They made a musical
pathetic.
about that.
That's
Yeah.
probably why Australia is so awesome. If you ever travel abroad, you can always find an Australian in the bar, and they're always having a great time.
Yeah, that's because drugs are super illegal in their country.
Yeah, but they're always having a great time.
With me, it's always Canadians. I always run into Canadians that
Canadian?
are like
Yeah.
super coked up.
Yeah. Yeah. You're really peppy for a Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good health care, bud. I don't have to pay for my, insurance. I have much more money for cook.
The first one I ever met like this, it was like at a swim up bar too. So they kept just bringing drinks over, and we were just like, should we tell him or break this cycle? No, just go with it, because he kept coming back over to talk to us. And he set his drink on the water like he thought it was a table or something, and just
That shit happens.
and then he'd just be like, "Oh shit, I gotta go get another drink." And he'd come back.
Bartenders are like,
It's a all inclusive. These little cheap ass margaritas are free, so he's just like, floop, floop, just like all day. He's doing this by accident.
he's strategically just trying to get people drunk by osmosis at that point.
I think so.
Can I vape in here?
No,
I didn't think so.
sorry.
It was a joke.
next topic.
You passed that one.
Yeah, you're
you passed that.
What songs should be banned?
Most of them.
Oh man.
Most.
Pass.
Pass. I'll tell you that.
Pass.
That is so.
Friday, Rebecca Black.
The Metallica cover "Whiskey in the Jar."
Every Metallica song.
The entire
all of
Metallica-
Saint Anger.
Yeah.
That entire.
All the drums
on Saint Anger.
after the first three albums
Apparently-
should just be thrown out.
Apparently, Metallica takes the amount of plays from each song.
The Spotify. I was
Spotify
just reading
thing.
about that today.
So if we could find one guy to play Saint Anger a million times,
just
that could have
over and
on the set
over and
list,
over and over.
that'd be on the
We
set
could probably
list.
do that here. I mean,
Then James will be like,
I think we could write a bot to do that. I wouldn't even take that much time. We could find. I'll pay
Yeah,
somebody
like
to
5
do
or
that.
6 virtual machines on independent IPs. Yeah, we could probably make that happen.
We need to make that happen. Do it. We need to say anger on every playlist and just force every asshole that pays that band.
Just play that tick 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 tock. I hate that song
Frantic.
so much. Oh,
They
frantic.
could play that whole.
that
front
that
to back.
snare
Oh.
that snare just sounds
I hate
like
that
somebody
snare
just
sound.
like
Well,
oh,
as bad
fuck,
as Saint
dude.
Anger is, have you heard their album with Lou Reed?
Oh, it's awful.
Oh my God, that is offensive to people who like Lou Reed. Like, that is such a bad album.
Yeah, it's
It
a bad
is
album.
Such a bad album.
I am the table.
Yeah, hey, but they did do that sweet. You know what's okay? One of the funniest. I know I'm just derailed my own sentence, but one of the funniest things Tony's ever said was we were talking about it was when we were in a country band together, and we were like, oh yeah, man, you don't want to fuck around and make an album like Load. And there's like 10 seconds, and Tony looked up and he's like, yeah, or Reload. and that's when we looked at each other and we were like, holy shit, they just did that.
Yeah.
They went out and made 2 of the worst metal albums of all fucking time, back to back, and they sequeled them.
If you look at them, they're not metal albums. They're hard rock albums, and they're okay for a hard rock album.
Yeah.
But they're not a metal album.
Metal
Like,
albums,
they're
yeah.
not. It's one of those like, whoa, what happened here? Like,
Why you gotta
please
defend
stop
them?
calling yourself metal now.
And they got haircuts.
They did get.
To be honest, I'm not 100% like you have to have long hair to be in a metal band, but when they got haircuts, it's like they got haircuts, Versace suits, like
Yeah.
major video releases on MTV. They made Load and Reload.
They left all their wives.
like. They stopped doing drugs. They stopped
which is lame
drinking.
as shit, too. Like, it's the dream to be able to do drugs until the day you die. Take that away from us!
Metallica's one of the weirdest bands ever. They kick Dave Mustaine out of being the band for being a drunk asshole, while Hetfield's on heroin, while Kirk was like just shit-faced all the time. I think same with Lars. And at that time, their bass player would have been, when they kicked him out, would have been Cliff Burton. He was also, I think on the time, was also on heroin and drunk as fuck. How much of an asshole do you have to be kicked out of the band because you're too drunk?
Lars Ulrich.
Like,
It only takes one asshole to ruin a good band.
yeah.
God, I'd like to punch him in his stupid ass little fucking circular face.
But for songs that shouldn't exist, that I wouldn't agree with. Like that whole
Whiskey in
album,
the
yeah,
Jar
but, like,
is embarrassing.
Whiskey
as
in the
shit.
Jar is actually a really good pick because if they just didn't do that, that song would have been pretty awesome still.
In its, in its cultural context, great song.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love listening to Irish performers do that song.
Thin Lizzy covers. Great.
Yeah, they do a good one though.
Well, and what makes it worse is that the Crow thinks it's great to play that as the only Metallica song in their repertoire.
That's the one where he especially does his like Hetfield like
Yeah.
I was headed over.
Yeah.
Whiskey in the jar.
I hear it's sharing da ba do da ba da. Yeah. Whack
Like
for my daddy.
Like he's sitting at the end of the bar screaming it at you by himself, like he's so
Sharing da ba do.
like that's what he says when he comes.
Yeah.
I know it won't be popular. Jesus, that's so
Sharing da ba do.
That the guy, you know, the guy from Disturbed totally makes that fucking noise.
Waka Waka.
Every time. He does. He's always loaded and done that.
Honestly, I'd be a little disappointed if I found out that he hadn't done that.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
That's all he's got going for him. He can do that better than the rest of us. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'd be
I
like
can't
finding
do
out
it.
that Justin Roiland has never climaxed to, I'm Mr. B6, look at me!
He's had to have done that.
Is he singing?
At least just shout.
Aren't you back, Disturbed?
Gotta choke up a little bit more.
He's getting out. Is he making good metal? He's trying. No, he's not making good metal. They're Disturbed.
Gabriel, banned songs.
What's that?
Songs that should be banned.
Oh man, I don't even fucking know. Yeah, I don't know. Gillette's Short Dick Man. I don't know.
I'd say
agree.
Cold in Minnesota, or Code Like Minnesota by what's his name? Little
Oh,
Yachty?
dude, anything Yachty does.
I can't
Fucking
stand that
Yachty.
song.
No, the song like fucking
Drunk
the
in
root.
South Dakota.
Yeah, it's
Drunk
cold.
in
It's
South
cold in
Dakota.
Minnesota. That one.
I'm a rapper now.
Yeah, I hate that song. I hate everything about that song. The lyrics don't make any sense at all. Like, he talks about being so hard, and then it's cold in Minnesota,
Oh, he's stupid.
and he's on a
stupid man.
Zambini or
Oh,
Zamboni in the
talking
video.
about Lil Yachty or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah, that motherfucker
that-
shouldn't even be making
it doesn't-
music.
what?
Yeah, him and 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, I don't understand how 2 Chainz can be on so many good songs and then rap the way he does.
No, I disagree on 2 Chainz.
Really? Would you tell
I
me
like-
what I'm missing about 2 Chainz?
Listen to his first album. I can't remember. It's just the album's cover's just got 2 Chainz on it. That album's dope as fuck. Everything else is like mediocre, but that album's dope. It's just like some ratchet fucking party,
Oh, yeah.
get laid, get drunk, fucking
Alright, I will check that. I'll check that out
party
tonight.
shit.
Do you like Slump Dog at all?
I don't even know who that is.
Ski Master Slump God Ski Master?
Oh,
Ski Master
no.
Slump God?
I've heard of him, but I'm not familiar with
You
his
should
music.
check out Cool's Monkey in the Jungle. I like that song
Yeah.
a lot, dude.
I'll check it out.
At one of the lines, it's like, I met a white supremacist with my boots. And I was like, I'm in, man.
Pop the Trunk by Yellow Wolf.
Oh, you don't like that song?
fucking love that song!
I am with you on that.
Dude, that shit's a banger, dude.
It's I view it in a humorous way. It's just like I used to play on Casey Fest. It's like, oh, this is silly. Come on. Like,
Oh, dude, I got a Masio. What is it? I got a Masio duffel bag in the back of the dump. Don't make me bump. Yeah, dude. Whatever. Go grow some weed. That song makes a hell of a lot more sense because you have a Masio duffel bag and there's a fucking shotgun in it and it's in the trunk because that's where you keep that shit.
Still doesn't make it a good song.
No, but it's very. I don't know. It's very true.
The one that always gets me is though, why you gotta be so rude? Like that, like everything that's wrong. First of all, with pop music, but second of all, like seriously, if you've gone to him multiple times asking for his daughter's hand in marriage, and he is still saying no, there's probably reasons for it. And it's probably because you're a fucking terrible human being. That doesn't mean you can kidnap his daughter and force her to marry you.
That or his daughter doesn't even know you, and it's just weird.
Yeah, there's so many things wrong with that song.
there's a lot of songs that play at Hy-Vee that I cannot do.
All Celine Dion.
Yep.
Any Celine
Oh,
Dion.
yeah.
It's just like it brings this like weird sort of like
every part of the 90s I
archaic
didn't
rage out of me, like some shit like I'm in a cave somewhere and you know what I mean, like some dinosaur fucks with me and you're like, oh, I'm gonna wipe your race out, you know what I mean, like you're gonna go fucking kill a bunch of dinosaurs. It's how pissed off I get when I hear, God, I fucking hate Celine Dion.
At Hy-Vee they play. There's a song called "Stitches" by Shawn Mendes.
Speaking of
I hate
Stitches,
that song.
Stitches shouldn't exist. You know Stitches?
That rapper?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he get beat up by the game or some shit like that?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it song Miley Cyrus? I'm gonna put some coke in your ass. I'm gonna put my dick in your ass. You're just like,
Wow, what a lyrical genius! Wow, like Mozart, and like just
see,
poetry.
you know he's clever because he has an AK-47 tattooed on the side of his face.
He's so innovative.
That's how you
with
know.
accents.
Yeah, that's how you know. Yeah.
It's gotten so bad now that the meme where it's like party in 2002 and it's got some dude with a whole bunch of stuff drawn on his face, a rapper in 2018 got a whole bunch of stuff drawn on his face. Like that, it's gotten to the point Katy Perry posts that meme and it's like, yeah, that's
True story
just
though.
have some weird
I
stuff
want to go
drawn
on the
your
record and
face.
say I fully endorse people fucking rolling up and robbing the shit out of Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
That shit was awesome. And then they dropped his bitch ass out of a moving car. Damn, I loved it. Every second of reading that story was like, oh, they scooped him up, boys. Oh, they stole all his jewelry. They dropped his naked ass out of a moving car. He asked a white dude for a fucking cell phone, and the guy wouldn't give it to him. And then he ran into a fucking building, and they're gonna call the cops on him because he's a pedophile.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is, it's like, imagine that you went to law school for 8 years to get your degree, and you show up and your client is dressed like this.
It's Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, honestly, Your Honor, fuck this guy.
Should we do one last?
Yeah,
topic?
yeah.
Well, that's topic. Yep.
Oh God, I'm sorry. That's gonna stick with me. Tekashi 6ix9ine's fucking public defender.
I think we are drunk enough for this. Does anyone really know anything?
Nah, dude.
No.
You don't know shit. You know we know more about space than deep sea? Wrap your fucking brain around that shit.
Well, it's hard to get down there.
It's scary as fuck. I think it's just scary as fuck. That's why we don't go down there.
Yeah, it's dark. You can't bring a
So
flashlight.
is that a fail? Or are we?
I'll talk about it.
Oh, I can talk about that
Yes.
one.
I'm a nihilist, dude. That's like all I want to talk about. Nobody knows anything and everything is worthless, and you should all just get used to it.
Yeah, that's a core tenet right there.
I deal with hardcore depression too.
Yeah. It's called alcoholism, and I endorse it.
Is anything? Well,
Does anybody know anything?
the best part about that question is on a philosophical basis because of how you personally interpret the world. No, nobody knows anything. You don't even know anything. This could all be simulation. So, like,
In fact,
nothing is technically real. Nothing's technically provable from a philosophical standpoint. So
The
it's
fact
like,
that you have as a
yes!
human, the fact that you have as a human being the ability to understand the concept that you might be living in a simulation, immediately. I also don't believe this, but it's crazy. Like statistically, like the idea of like, okay, we might be living in a simulation already ups the chances of it being a simulation by like hundreds. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you as an organic computer can compute it.
No.
Makes it more likely that you might just be a program running somewhere in a computer. So yeah, no, really, nobody knows anything and everything is worthless. And you should smoke weed.
Merry Christmas.
And a happy new
Dude,
year.
and if Santa is real, God, that would be fucking. It'd be like, my jam.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure he's
like
not.
if, I know, but if they could prove God is fake, and,
I'm gonna
and all
everybody
religion
on
is
the
fake,
spoiler.
and then out of
I've written
nowhere,
my name is Santa on a present before.
no,
I have a nephew.
that's cold-blooded.
Yeah.
The most traumatizing thing my parents ever did to me growing up was one Christmas morning I woke up and there were bits of red fabric all over the front deck, all over the kitchen, and part of it was just like property of, it was like, once you piece it together, it's property of Santa Claus North Pole. And I was in like 3rd grade and I thought this was the coolest shit ever. So I took that shit to show and tell.
You got your ass kicked.
Oh, you know I
You got
did.
mocked hard.
I did.
Oh, man.
I think that's where all my social anxiety kicked in.
If there was been a time to happen, that's
Like,
when it happened.
yeah.
That's your supervillain origin
Yeah.
story. 10 years from now, when you're up at a bell tower with a sniper rifle.
This is a show and tell. I can relate. You hear some fucking like next level weird shit my parents did to us.
Yeah.
It's like for like a whole year, like when we were losing teeth. There's 5 kids in my family, and at one point a lot of us were losing teeth, and it just seemed financially. You do the math. It's like $60 fucking bucks. You can't leave $1 or 50 cents under each pillow. So they, instead of like the tooth fairy leaving money, started leaving magic sand. So you just go and throw it in the wind and make a wish. And it's so fucking dark now that I'm older. like now that I'm older,
That is
like,
ingenious.
yeah, it's like your
That's
head's
so sad.
setting you up for like the world is shit. Here's a pile of dirt.
You-
go throw it in the wind, asshole.
Need a hug? Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, it was awesome, man. I believed in that magic sand for like 2 solid years. So you're
Was
just
it like a
Anakin
baggie or was it
Skywalker.
just like a handful of
It was a
sand?
baggie of sand. It was like a fucking Coke bag of sand.
That makes sense. I'd be more upset that yo, who the fuck's just putting this fucking handful of sand in?
Well, see, my
the same
my parents were
Bring
really
me in,
cool.
bring him.
But I think the whole thing was like my dad's like really like thoughtful, and I think his whole thing was just like, let's just give him something to believe in. The world will crush him. He said, that's my mom's name. The world will fucking crush him. Give him a bag of sand to believe in. Who gives? He clearly doesn't believe in anything.
It's it.
Oh.
Enter Sandman. Oh, that hurts. Don't like in shitty Metallica songs. I think my mom was just headbanging, like headphones in, just like fuck this kid.
My buddy has there's a improvised jazz version of Enter Sandman on YouTube basically they just dubbed over everything but James Hetfield's vocals with jazz version of Enter Sandman, and it's live. And they kept him doing banter between like verses, like "Hands up if you give a shit."
Nobody at a Metallica show, they're like, I'm here. What are you talking about? Of course I don't care.
And this was one of the shows where Metallica, it wasn't like a show specifically, it was like a Live Earth show they did like 10 years ago. Like daytime, like...
Not like Monsters of Rock.
Yeah.
More like, you barely know who we are.
Yes, we're
Monsters
still
that
doing
rock.
that.
Yeah, we played Farm Aid. Whoa, what time? Noon on Sunday?
Thursday.
That's a Green Altar slide right there, dude. That's a prime Green Altar slide. It's like, what? You said, wait.
We were the first band on the last day
could
that I
close
woke
this-
up for.
We could close the second night or open the third day. What's the difference? It's like free food. Like, we're done. We're playing Sunday.
Yeah. Wait, we get a place to stay?
Wait. What? Do you have Adderall?
I think it's shameless plug time.
Yeah, so for the last part of the show, we do shameless plugs, so if you guys have stuff you want to promote, let's go around.
Oh, well, I'm going to first off and say we have a new album out. We would release it in April, but we didn't really tell anybody because we're shitty at being a band. It's out. Thody mastered it, or mixed it. Dennis from Bong Ripper mastered it. It's called Heavy Side of the River. It's out on Exaltable Records. It's sweet. I also want to endorse, once again, pulling your car over whenever you see a Nazi and just fucking him up. Like, doesn't matter what you're doing. I know if you're late to work, it's up to you to stop your car and fuck that Nazi.
Yeah, I'll just continue. greenaltar.bandcamp.com. It was really easy to follow. We got some more merch coming up, and our next show is down in Omaha on
Oh yeah, we're
August
playing
11th.
Smodfest with fucking whores and fucking Toke and
Horses
fucking-
band.
The other great band out and just
Oh yeah, and Toke
Yeah.
and our buddies in Great Electric Quest.
You're the Cobras down
You're
there.
the Cobra, fucking everybody on the band.
The whole lineup
is
really
fucking
good.
cool. We open day one, so show the fuck up because we're not gonna be upbeat. Also, punch Nazis.
Word.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail your shit. What about your company?
What?
Huh?
You're not.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah. I'm opening for Tech 9 at the Full Throttle Saloon during
Hell yeah.
Sturgis
Nice.
Bike.
Fuck yeah, dude! Hell yeah!
That is my next show. And then I got a new album coming out in October, so
Hell yeah.
check it out.
Fuck yeah! What's it called?
Survivor.
Nice.
Yeah. Podcast. Yeah. Oh yeah. And you can listen to us here every other Sunday at the Urban Indians podcast. I host with a group of misfits, and we talk about serious shit sometimes. We fuck around sometimes.
I want to come by and talk about some fucking anarchists.
Sure, we can do that. Yeah.
I want to
Punch
get
some
in on some of
Nazis,
the.
punch
Yeah,
some
dude, I want
Nazis,
to get in on
yeah.
that shit. Fuck yeah! But you should check out Ghost Song Elegy.
What's that?
Fucking native metal band out of Rapid City.
Ghost Song Allergy?
Elegy.
Eulogy.
I'm fucking.
You said elegy, E-L-E-G-Y?
Yeah. It's
Elegy, I think, is that? Eulogy is E-U-L.
Yeah, it's EU.
Oh, it's eulogy, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Native American inspired black metal.
Oh, cool.
It's dope though. And the main guy, Tom Swiftberg, makes Stody look small.
I feel like
probably
I've
the
heard of
biggest
him
human
before.
being I've ever
Maybe.
Yeah, dude. He put his hand on my head. I thought he was gonna crush it. But that's he's the nicest dude ever. But I'm just saying, like, they're fucking brutal. And it's cool. They do this like it's almost like a the drummer just plays a one hand traditional
Oh, really?
Native American. Yeah, it's
Nice.
fucking shit's intense.
Nice. I'll look him up. Check it out. That's what's up.
Right, Robert.
Yeah, Monstrous Little Theater is opening their season August 16th. We're doing a staged reading of Matthew Stoffel's new play, The Heart Play. So if you want to get involved with that, you can head to our new website, monstrouslittletheater.com, and you can go to our auditions tab, fill out the form there, and we'll be in contact with you.
Robert.
Once again, thesueempire.com for all your podcast needs.
And our next episode here will be Sunday, August 12th with Andy Matfield, Seth Benson, and Nathan Hoffman. And I'll be coming to a city near you August 25th. By that I mean just Rapid City.
Hey, when
I
Nathan comes through, will you promise to ask him about the first time he met me?
Yeah, I will.
I don't know if he'll tell his story on the air, but you should at least prompt him.
But yeah, thank you, Cannon, Thody, Gabriel, and
Absolutely.
Robert
Thanks for
Rice.
having us, dude.
And this has been
The Dresch Code.